Have you ever wondered why some people in their 80s look like they are still glowing with life, smiling, laughing, walking with steady steps, while others of the same age are barely able to stand, constantly tired, or even bedridden? What makes the difference? Is it luck, good genes, or just fate? The surprising truth, according to doctors and researchers, is that the answer often lies in these hidden habits that seniors keep, or fail to keep, once they reach this delicate stage of life. After the age of 80, every day feels different. For many, it can feel as though the body has turned against them, like a weary senior's older who has fought countless battles and now carries the weight of decades on their shoulders. But here's the incredible part: the strength to keep going, to keep living with joy, doesn't only come from medicine. It often comes from the smallest, simplest things that most people overlook. Think about it. Two neighbors, both 82 years old. One still wakes up early, tends to her little garden, cooks her own breakfast, and walks slowly around her neighborhood with a smile. The other stays in bed until late morning, avoids going out, eats whatever is easiest, and spends most of the day staring at the television. Same age, same city, yet their lives look completely different. One radiates energy, the other struggles to even get through the day. What separates them? It's not wealth, not genetics alone, it's habits. The habits that you choose to keep, the habits you choose to avoid, are the very things that decide whether your final decades will be filled with joy and strength or with illness and regret. Science has confirmed this over and over. The National Institute on Aging published studies showing that seniors who maintain positive routines, daily movement, social contact, structured eating, and mental activity, can reduce their risks of major diseases by up to 40%. That's not just numbers, that's years of life gained, years of memories with grandchildren, years of independence. Meanwhile, those who abandon these habits too early face accelerated decline, both physically and mentally. The most heartbreaking part? Many of these habits are free, simple, and already part of your daily life, you just don't realize how powerful they are. Now imagine your own life after 80. Imagine waking up each morning with enough strength in your legs and feet to walk to the kitchen, enough clarity in your mind to remember the faces of loved ones, and enough energy to laugh at a joke from a neighbor. That's the gift of keeping these hidden habits alive. On the other hand, imagine the opposite, struggling to move, forgetting familiar names, relying on others for every little task. That's what happens when these habits are ignored. Which life would you choose? This video is not about magic pills or unrealistic promises. It's about uncovering the 5 most essential habits, the ones you absolutely must hold on to if you want not only more years, but better years, filled with health, independence, and joy. And trust me, the 5th habit we will uncover might surprise you so much that it changes the way you see aging forever. So stay with me, because once you hear these, you'll never look at life after 80 the same way again. Habit number 1, keep moving every morning. The first hidden habit that most seniors overlook, but absolutely must keep after 80, is the ritual of morning movement. Not heavy exercise, not running marathons, but simple, intentional movements the moment you wake up. You may be thinking, at my age, my body doesn't move the way it used to. And you're right. But that is exactly why this habit is so important. After 80, the body behaves like a fragile machine. If you leave it idle, it stiffens, rusts, and eventually breaks down. If you keep it gently running, it continues to serve you, sometimes far longer than you ever thought possible. Take for example, Mr. Tanaka, an 84-year-old retired teacher living in Kyoto, Japan. Every morning before breakfast, he steps outside onto his wooden porch, stretches his arms to the sky, and slowly walks 500 steps around his small garden. To the untrained eye, it looks almost trivial. But here's what science says: those 500 steps are activating his circulation, awakening his muscles, and protecting his heart. Mr. Tanaka likes to say, "My feet keep my heart awake." And he's right. According to the World Health Organization, seniors who engage in light to moderate physical activity, just 20 to 30 minutes a day, reduce their risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 35%. Another study published in the Journal of Aging Research revealed that seniors who consistently walk or stretch in the morning maintain stronger memory and focus compared to those who remain sedentary. These are not just numbers. These are extra birthdays with your family. These are more moments of laughter with grandchildren. These are years added to your story. Now let's consider the opposite. In Chicago, I once met Eleanor, 82, who had fallen into the habit of skipping any form of morning movement. She would rise late, sit on the couch with her television remote, and only get up when absolutely necessary. Within 2 years, she developed stiffness in her knees, lost much of her balance, and suffered 2 dangerous falls. Her doctor explained that her muscles had weakened simply from lack of use. She admitted, with tears in her eyes, "I thought I was resting. But really, I was shutting my body down." This is exactly what we must avoid. Think of your body like an old soldier, yes, a senior's older, who has fought hard through decades of work, stress, and survival. What does a soldier need after battle? Not endless rest, but careful, steady drills to stay ready. That's what morning movement is for seniors. It doesn't have to be intense. Even slow stretches, deep breathing, or walking barefoot across your living room floor can awaken the joints, loosen the back, and energize the mind. So, if you're listening right now and thinking, "I can't run anymore," that's fine. You don't need to. You simply need to move. Whether it's walking to the mailbox, standing by the window and lifting your arms, or doing a few gentle leg raises by your bed, these little habits matter the most. They are the difference between a body that stiffens into pain and a body that continues to carry you, gracefully, through the final chapters of life. Remember this: after 80, stillness is the enemy, and movement is medicine. The choice is yours. Will you let your body freeze with age, or will you keep it alive with small, daily rituals? Habit number 2, eating with wisdom, not impulse. The second hidden habit that seniors must keep after 80 is not about eating more or less, but about eating with wisdom. At this stage of life, food is no longer just fuel, it becomes medicine. Yet sadly, too many people fall into the trap of thinking, "At my age, it doesn't matter what I eat anymore." This is one of the most dangerous things to believe. Because after 80, your body is more fragile than ever, and every bite either strengthens your health or quietly weakens it. Let's take the story of Grandmother Rosa, an 82-year-old from Naples, Italy. Every morning, she prepares herself a simple bowl of vegetable soup, made with beans, carrots, tomatoes, and drizzled with olive oil. For lunch, she eats a small portion of fish with steamed greens, and for dinner, she enjoys a slice of whole grain bread with lentils. Rosa smiles as she says, "I eat what keeps me walking, not what keeps me sleeping." Her blood pressure remains stable, her digestion works well, and her skin glows with a warmth you rarely see at her age. Science backs her up. A study from Harvard Medical School found that seniors who followed the Mediterranean diet, rich in vegetables, olive oil, fish, and nuts, reduced their risk of heart attack and stroke by 25%. Another long-term study in Spain revealed that seniors who limited processed sugars and fried foods had significantly lower chances of developing diabetes or severe arthritis. These are the things most people forget. Food is not just about taste, it is about survival. But not everyone makes the right choices. In Dallas, USA, I met George, 85, who confessed that he ate fried chicken, ice cream, and soda almost every day. "Why not? I've already lived long enough," he said. But within a year, his doctor warned him that his cholesterol was dangerously high, his joints were inflamed, and his risk of stroke had doubled. George admitted with regret, "I thought food was comfort, but it was slowly stealing my years." His story is a reminder: the wrong habits are what we must avoid most carefully after 80. Now, eating wisely doesn't mean starving yourself or giving up joy. It means choosing balance. Replace heavy fried meals with lighter options. Replace soda with water or herbal tea. Choose grilled fish instead of red meat every day. Add fresh vegetables to every plate. These simple habits may sound ordinary, but they are the must rules if you want your body to keep supporting you like a loyal senior's older who refuses to give up. And let me ask you right now, are you still with me here in paragraph 3? If you're still following this journey, I want you to prove it. Go down to the comments and type number 2 to let me know you're paying attention. And while you're there, don't forget to hit like, tap subscribe, and share this video so that more seniors and families can discover the wisdom that keeps life going strong after 80. Because here at Golden Age Wisdom, we believe your health is not just yours, it's a legacy for everyone you love. So remember this: food is either your medicine or your poison. After 80, you don't have the luxury to ignore it. Choose wisely, and your meals will add joy, strength, and years to your story. Habit number 3, staying socially connected. The third hidden habit that seniors must keep after 80 is the practice of staying socially connected. Many people underestimate just how powerful human connection is for the body and mind. Yet, after decades of living, working, and raising families, some seniors suddenly find themselves alone. Children move away, friends pass on, and the silence of an empty home becomes louder with each passing day. The sad truth is that loneliness is not just an emotion, it's a health risk. Consider the story of Margaret, an 86-year-old widow from Manchester, England. After her husband passed away, she spent nearly 2 years avoiding social gatherings. She thought she was too old to join community clubs and convinced herself she didn't need anyone. But her health began to decline rapidly. She lost her appetite, her memory became foggy, and her energy faded. Her doctor finally told her that her problem wasn't just physical, it was the crushing weight of isolation. When Margaret reluctantly joined a senior walking group in her neighborhood, something extraordinary happened. Within 6 months, her laughter returned, her appetite improved, and she regained confidence. "I realized I didn't need medicine as much as I needed people," she said with a tearful smile. Science confirms her experience. According to a 2023 report from the National Institute on Aging, seniors who maintain regular social interaction reduce their risk of dementia by nearly 40%. Another study published in The Lancet Public Health found that loneliness can be as harmful to a senior's health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. These are not exaggerated claims. These are cold, hard facts. Human connection keeps the brain alive, keeps the immune system strong, and adds years to life. Now, let's look at the other side. In Toronto, Canada, I met Samuel, 81, who admitted that he cut himself off from old friends after retirement. He stopped answering calls, rarely left his house, and insisted he was fine alone. But over time, his depression deepened, and he suffered a mild stroke. Doctors linked his condition not only to his diet but also to chronic loneliness. Samuel later confessed, "I thought I was protecting myself by avoiding people. Instead, I was killing myself slowly." His story is a heartbreaking reminder of what we must avoid if we wish to remain strong after 80. Think of yourself as a senior soldier once more. No soldier survives the battlefield alone. Companionship, shared laughter, and mutual support are the shields that protect against despair. For seniors, this doesn't always mean big social events. It can be as simple as calling an old friend, joining a local club, attending religious gatherings, or even chatting with neighbors during a morning walk. These small habits may seem ordinary, but they are among the most essential things you must keep. After all, a life filled with people who care is not just longer, it's richer. Your memories become stories shared, your days become brighter, and your heart stays lighter. Staying socially connected is not optional, it is survival. And the beauty is, it's never too late to begin again. Habit number 4, mental stimulation. The fourth hidden habit that seniors must keep after 80 is the habit of mental stimulation. Many people believe that aging automatically means losing memory, sharpness, and creativity. But the truth is, the brain is like a muscle. The less you use it, the faster it weakens. And after 80, keeping the mind active becomes just as important as keeping the body moving. Let's begin with the story of Hiroshi, an 83-year-old retired engineer from Osaka, Japan. Every morning, after his short walk, Hiroshi spends 1 hour solving puzzles and reading newspapers aloud. His neighbors sometimes chuckle at his devotion, but his doctor says his brain activity resembles that of someone nearly 10 years younger. Hiroshi himself explains, "I train my brain like I trained my legs when I was young. If I stop, it stops." His clarity of speech, sharp memory, and even his humor reflect the benefits of this simple daily habit. Science strongly supports this. A 2021 study from the University of Exeter found that seniors who engage in regular mental activities, such as reading, writing, puzzles, or learning new skills, reduce their risk of cognitive decline by nearly 30%. Meanwhile, research published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society revealed that seniors who kept mentally active even after 80 performed better in memory tests than those who stopped challenging their minds. These are not small differences, they are the most powerful things that separate a fading mind from a flourishing one. On the other side of the world, in Miami, USA, I met Clara, 84, who confessed she had stopped reading, writing, or learning after her husband passed. She said, "I thought my mind deserved a rest." But soon, she found herself struggling to remember names, losing track of conversations, and feeling frustrated with her own forgetfulness. When her doctor urged her to re-engage her mind, through a local senior art class and simple word games, her memory began to recover. Clara's words are unforgettable. "I realized my brain wasn't dying. It was just waiting for me to wake it up." Here's the key message: after 80, the mind doesn't just need rest, it needs exercise. Think of it again like a senior's older. A soldier keeps his sword sharp, even if the battle has slowed. For seniors, the sword is the brain. And sharpening it can be joyful: painting, learning a new recipe, memorizing poetry, playing chess, or even using modern technology like smartphones to stay curious. These habits may appear small, but they are the must rituals for anyone who wants to keep their mind alive. Now, let me pause here and ask, are you still with me in paragraph 5? If you are, I want you to go straight to the comments and type number 4, so I know you're still following this journey. And while you're there, don't forget, like this video, subscribe to Golden Age Wisdom, and share it with friends or family who need this reminder. Because wisdom is not meant to be kept, it's meant to be passed on. So, remember this truth: age may slow the body, but the mind can remain sharp if you feed it daily. What you choose to read, solve, or create today could add not only years to your life but also life to your years. Habit number 5, rest, reflection, and spiritual balance. The fifth hidden habit that seniors must keep after 80 is the art of rest, reflection, and spiritual balance. Too often, we think longevity is only about movement, exercise, and diet. Yet, the mind and spirit are just as vital. After decades of living, working, and struggling, seniors deserve not only years added to life but peace added to those years. Rest is not laziness, it is recovery. Reflection is not nostalgia, it is wisdom. And spirituality, in whatever form it takes, becomes the anchor that keeps the soul steady when the body grows fragile. Consider Mr. Anderson, an 85-year-old from Portland, Oregon. For years, he lived under constant stress, even in retirement. He worried about bills, family arguments, and the decline of his own health. But when his doctor suggested daily meditation and reflection, just 15 minutes of quiet breathing each morning, his entire life shifted. Within months, his blood pressure lowered, his sleep improved, and his mood lightened. Mr. Anderson now says, "I finally realized rest is not wasting time, it is giving time back to me." Science agrees. A study from UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles, found that seniors who practiced mindfulness or meditation at least 3 times a week experienced lower levels of anxiety and depression, and showed improved immune system function. Another survey published in the Journal of Psychosomatic Research discovered that seniors with strong spiritual practices, whether prayer, gratitude journaling, or attending religious services, lived on average 4 to 7 years longer than those without such practices. These findings remind us that health is not only about the body, it is also about the heart and soul. On the other hand, the absence of rest and reflection can be damaging. In Manila, Philippines, I once met Elena, 82, who insisted she must stay busy every minute to prove she was still useful. She cooked, cleaned, and worried over every small detail of her household. But inside, she was exhausted. Her constant anxiety led to insomnia, digestive problems, and frequent headaches. Only when she embraced quiet reflection, through evening prayers and writing her thoughts in a small notebook, did her symptoms ease. Elena's own words were powerful: "Peace gave me more strength than all the hard work ever did." Think once more of the seniors older. A soldier cannot stay in battle forever. He must retreat, heal, and renew his spirit to fight another day. For seniors, rest and spiritual balance are that retreat. This doesn't always mean grand religious rituals. It can be as simple as sitting by the window to watch the sunrise, writing down 3 things you are grateful for, or listening to calm music before bed. These small habits are the shield against stress and the path toward inner joy. So remember, after 80, your body may need less noise and more silence, less rushing and more stillness. If movement keeps the body alive, then reflection keeps the soul awake. And when the body and soul work together in balance, life doesn't just continue, it becomes meaningful, serene, and whole. Final conclusion. So here we are, at the end of this journey through the 5 hidden habits seniors must keep after 80. We began with movement, reminding ourselves that even the smallest steps keep the body alive. We moved into eating with wisdom, understanding that food is either medicine or poison depending on what we choose. Then we uncovered the power of social connection, proving that no one thrives in isolation. We challenged our minds with stimulation, keeping the brain sharp and curious. And finally, we embraced rest, reflection, and spiritual balance, giving the soul the calm it deserves. Taken together, these are not just tips. These are the most essential things that can add not only years but also joy to life. Science has confirmed it, stories from across the world have shown it, and perhaps deep down, your own heart knows it. Life after 80 is not the end of growth. It is the beginning of a different kind of strength. Think back to the analogy of the senior's older, a veteran who has fought long battles and now carries scars, yet still stands tall. Like that soldier, seniors must protect themselves with the armor of healthy habits. Each habit we've discussed is a weapon, a shield, a strategy for survival in the later years. And just as no soldier fights alone, you too do not have to face aging without support. You have your family, your community, your faith, and even channels like this, Golden Age Wisdom, to remind you that you are not forgotten, and your wisdom is still needed. Across cities and continents, we've met Rosa from Naples, George from Dallas, Margaret from Manchester, Samuel from Toronto, Hiroshi from Osaka, Clara from Miami, Mr. Anderson from Portland, and Elena from Manila. Different cultures, different languages, different lives, yet one truth unites them. The choices we make after 80 shape not only how long we live but how well we live. These seniors are proof that with the right habits, aging can be full of light, meaning, and resilience. Now, I want to turn this question to you. Which of these habits spoke to you the most? Which one do you already practice, and which one do you still need to embrace? If you've made it all the way to this final paragraph, prove to me you're still with us. Go to the comments right now and type number 5. That way, I'll know you didn't just watch passively, you walked this journey actively with us. And of course, before you leave, don't forget, like this video, subscribe to Golden Age Wisdom, and share it with your friends, your children, and anyone who may need this message. Because wisdom is not meant to be locked away. Wisdom is meant to be shared, passed down from one generation to the next, like a torch of light guiding the way forward. So, let us end with this thought: aging is not defeat. Aging is not weakness. Aging, when embraced with the right habits, is the final masterpiece of life, the canvas where your years of experience turn into lessons, your scars into stories, and your days into inspiration for others. The journey doesn't end at 80. With these hidden habits, it can truly begin again. Thank you for watching this video until the end. I hope it was useful, and see you in the next one.